Now, opponents playing Yorion, Snorion, Boreon, so we know it's Sultai, we know they're going to try and ramp, we know they have Binding the Old Gods, and, you know, all that annoying stuff. Anyways, stick to the plan, Chance, don't complain. Hiya! 4 creatures! What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be creating 4 creatures by turn 2. You want to know how? Well, I'm going to tell you, because we don't really have one of those jump cut intros anymore. So, anyways, Clarion Spirit. This is a super fun card. It's also an uncommon, which means almost everybody and their brother should be able to play this card, or sister, or mother, or whatever, you know? Anyways, it reads, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, and this is a 2-mana card that's a 2/2, so all around solid stat line, and it can create you additional creatures. Now, this is really important for the next part, or, you know, for the first part of creating 4 creatures by turn 2. So how do we do this? Turn 1, you go Jaspera Sentinel, I don't know. 1 mana, 1/2, reach, tap it, and then tap an untapped creature you control, and you can add 1 mana of any color. So turn 1, you go Sentinel. Turn 2, you go Clarion Spirit, right? Now you have 2 creatures down. Use Jaspera Sentinel to tap the Clarion Spirit, and you play down an Edgewall Innkeeper, or even a Giant Killer, right? And then Clarion Spirit procs because you're casting your second spell within that turn. So then you create a 1/1 flying, you know, creature token. So all in all, turn 2. You're now at 4 creatures on the board, and yes, it's a 2/2, it's a 1/2, it's a 1 or 2 1/1s, right? It's not anything too overwhelming or spectacular. But here's the thing: come the next turn, turn 3, you still have Jaspera Sentinel, which you can, you know, tap that little 1/1 flying spirit, or you can tap Edgewall, since you're probably not ever going to swing in with an Edgewall, and you can play Toski. So you're going to have 4 creatures down, and then a Toski down on turn 3. Now, obviously, if you're tapping your creatures, then Toski won't be able to proc as much, but this also means that your opponent has to have creatures down by turn 3, which we know Sultai doesn't really for the most part. Or they have to have something in the sky, because again, your Clarion Spirit is flying, so you're for sure going to get to draw that 1 card, which is incredibly strong in a go-wide sort of beatdown deck, right? To be already drawing cards on turn 3, it's insane. Now, generally, I have tweaked this deck a little bit, but generally this deck has 3 card draw engines. Edgewall Innkeeper, draw off the back of the adventure spells. Toski, draw off the back of combat damage dealt to the opponent. And the Great Hinged, to draw off the back of your creatures entering the battlefield. However, I added in 2 copies of Lead the Stampede. This deck is great. However, it can fall really, really short if all you hit is this stuff. Don't get me wrong, Luminarch's good enough to build up, but if all you're hitting is this stuff down here, right, which you have 12, 14 copies right here, so that's enough to make up 2 whole hands worth, you're not going to be dealing a whole lot of damage. You're not going to be overwhelming the foe. You're just kind of going to feel bad. So, Lead the Stampede. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards, which means this is potentially a 3-mana draw 5 cards if you happen to see all 5 creatures. Generally, you'll see 2 to 3, which again, 3-mana draw 2 or 3 additional creatures out. You're getting to put the rest on the bottom of your library, so you're sort of getting those lands out of the way, right? Setting yourself up for more playable, so to speak. It's a good card in my opinion. Actually, I guess you're not really setting yourself up for more playables, because you're just drawing those cards out and whatever, putting them to the bottom. But still, you ensure that you're hitting creatures with this. It's only 3 mana, and it's only an uncommon, which again means everybody should be able to play it. Now, outside of our turn 2 have 4 creatures and, you know, Luminarch building stuff up, we just overwhelm the opponent. That's pretty much all we do. We play down tons of creatures, we draw tons of cards, which allows us to play down tons of more creatures. So I will say with this deck, don't be afraid of the board wipe. You're going to have to commit to the board hard if you actually want to win. Because if you don't commit to the board hard, and mid-game gets here and you still don't have a board state, and oh, they didn't have the board wipe, well, now all late game you're going to be battling whether or not they draw into it, or all their draw mechanics. So don't worry about them necessarily always having it. Force them to have it, right? Build your board up, force them to either have the board wipe, or you win the game. Anyways, outside of that, this was a best of 3 deck. I didn't come up with this deck. I'm not the OG creator. But I did add in Lead Stampede, so I'm adding my touch onto it. If you want to play it in best of 3, there is a sideboard guide, or there's a sideboard. I'm not going to go through the guide because, well, y'all know I play best of 1. Also, the original link, the original post should be somewhere down below, so if you're interested in that, please be sure to go check out the original creator of the deck and tell him thank you if you really enjoy the deck. Deck. Sorry. Felt like I said it 5 times, so I just had to get it out real fast, right? Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, and of course, subscribe if you want some more. Subscribe if you want some more Magic content. Without further ado, on to the matches. Alrighty, we to go first again, and this time we're up against Doomfinger. You better be careful of that finger, he's gonna give it to you. We gotta take a mulligan here. We didn't have the right, you know, sort of mana fixings and whatnot. We're definitely keeping this, and I think we're tossing back a Love Struck. I really want to go big for that Great Hinge, you know? I guess a fair point could be made to toss back to Toski because, you know, we already have a card draw engine. Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm not in super agreement with what just happened or what we just did, but but here we are, okay? It's not my fault Love Struck Beast and the whole Throne of Eldraine set was so gosh darn good. Alright, well, opponent plays down Speaker. You know, Speaker seems like one of those cards that should have came out during the old Throne of Eldraine set, if I'm being honest with you. The power level is just, it's just there, okay? Daxo's coming down. Doesn't do too much for the foe. And there's our Toski right back if we want it. Do I want to Skyclave anything? I don't think so. Let's just get down to Love Struck, hope for some, you know, additional green mana on the next turn, and we're laughing to the bank with a Great Hinge. Of course, that may not happen, but that's what we're hoping for. Not that it doesn't happen, but that it does, obviously. Anyways, opponent going double Owlsley. Do you think I care? What is this? This isn't green mana? Come on. Come on. So I can't get down Toski, right? There's just no way that this gets through this. But in the same regard, if I do have an opening, having the Toski down is the key. Let's do it. We'll go Toski this turn, and then I'll Toski down a Skyclave on the next turn. Alright, enough toss jokes with the squirrel. I would never throw a squirrel. That was sarcasm, by the way. I feel like I really need to specify on some of these because people are going to be like, oh, animal cruelty. Just so we're all clear, I have dogs. I love them. I like all animals, actually. Better or more, however you want to phrase that, than most people, which I know is a common phrase nowadays because people are like, oh, I don't like people. I agree. So we took out one of the Owlsley. Daxos is going to get protected. Protectione. Toski will swing in. Love Struck. Oh. Well, howdy there, dude. Well, apparently whenever we send Love Struck forward, Toski just takes it as a sign that he can swing in too. Are you gonna... They didn't block. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna draw. Hey, yes. Thank you, game. Thank you kindly. I normally don't have draws this good, see. I know when it does happen, I am over the top. I am oh so grateful. So on this next turn, we're actually gonna get to draw 2 cards off the back of this other Love Struck Beast. Yes, very nice. So we'll throw you down. We'll throw you. Do I want to tap my white mana? No, I want to tap green. I think I have a better chance of drawing into a giant killer and that sort of stuff right now than, hey. I was gonna say than a green mana spell because we already have 2 Love Strucks and an Edgewall down. So, you know. Oh, we are gonna go ahead and play this giant killer as well. I just want the card draw at this point. Drawing 2 cards off of every creature played? Heck yeah, man. Especially since we're only drawing lands. Alright, so Toski, you gotta go. You must go forth. Be strong. We're not quite to the point where I can just swing all haywire and draw tons of cards. Wish I was, but not quite. Luminarch gonna be able to build up our Toski as well, if that's what we want. Skyclave Apparition. Maybe I shouldn't have played all my mana there, but you know, the key to getting to the Skyclave was drawing the 4 cards prior to her, so had to do what we had to do. Maul the Skyclave coming down on Daxos. You bastard. That's alright. They still got a long way to go if they want to catch up with me, and they're most certainly not going to swing in with that thing. You crazy. We're tossing down the Luminarch first. If I go for Skyclave, same thing happens. They're just like, oh no, I think I'll protect it. Oh wait, this is only enchantment. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Toss down the Skyclave. How have I already used? Oh right, because you require Luminarch, you bastard. Did I toss down a forest? I really shouldn't have if I did. I'm going to take their Maul because they can't protect that. Look at me being a smart boy, smart lad. I already tossed down one. Oh well. Doomfinger conceding. Let's go. She's so what? She's so awesome. Anyways, we got the Jasperius Sentinel, the Edgewall Innkeeper, and the Clarion Spirit. This is the combo that you want to see, ladies and gentlemen. You go turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 Spirit into an Edgewall Innkeeper, 4 creatures, turn 2. It's insane. It is actually insane in the membrane. Now, opponents playing Yorions and Orion Boreon, so we know it's Soul Tile, we know they're going to try and ramp, we know they have Binding the Old Gods, and, you know, all that annoying stuff. Anyways, stick to the plan, Chance, don't complain. Yeah, 4 creatures. We also have a Giant Killer that can come down next turn, or a Skyclave Apparition, I guess, depending. They're a little confused. They're like, how did that happen? It's only turn 2. What are you doing? So we are going to go ahead and play down the Giant Killer here. It gives us some additional card draw. Maybe we can find something else to play. It's a land. It is but a land. I do want to play a Skyclave just so we get the proc on Clarion Spirit, but I know that that's not what I should do. Opponent actually playing Sultai Snow, so there's no telling what's going to happen. Oh man, my puns are so bad today. Between the Toski jokes and now Snow. Somebody stop me. Alright, she's so... And, oh yeah, and she's... Oh, I'm so ridiculous. But this, again, you give me a lot of free time. You sit me down in a room. This is what happens, you know? So luckily 3 mana doesn't signify any sort of board wipage. Just a Jorn. And we have 3 Skyclave Apparitions. How have I seen so many of you? Actually, how? I'm just going to take their Jorn. Hope you weren't enjoying your Jorn. I know, it's Yorn. I know. I'm going to have so many comments. Trust me, I know. I've played Skyrim. I know how to say it, Che. So why? But if I don't, oh. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, you know what? You know what? No. This works. This works. This is fine. It is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's close. It is close. Oh, right. Okay. So, in case you're wondering what conversation I'm having with myself in my head here, we can tap one of their kitty cats, right? But it's not, there's not really a point to it, you know? Not really any bit of a point to it. So we'll swing in with the flyer, put him down to 8, and try and get a little bit bigger. Because if I would have just swung all in there, it's not lethal, right? They block 2, 2, 2, 2. We only deal 4. Soul Shatter. So I just sacrifice this Skyclave, right? Rather sacrifice this one so they get a 3/3 back, not a... Oh, why did I do that? Should have... Well, I guess I couldn't have done that and that, right? Alright, so I can lead the Stampede, try and find some additional creatures. I can also just Spear a Sentinel, which means we are going to create a creature with the Clarion Spirit. Let's go for the lead the Stampede first and see. I am really happy that I did this, actually, because you see what we were drawing here. 3 more lands and another lead. No, give me creatures. Let's get all that junk out of here. Ooh, a Luminarch, actually. A Luminarch I will most certainly take. And then you go there, and we'll just beat you down in the skies. How's that feel? On this next turn, we should have lethal swinging all in, right? If they don't board wipe us. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I feel like I should bite my tongue or knock on wood, but you know, they have 5 mana. I've never seen a soul top player not have it, but they didn't have it. They did have other stuff, you know. They're still getting back a board state from making me sacrifice my Skycleaves, which isn't necessarily fun. More land. It's funny, I just saw all that land, and here we go, seeing the land again. Seeing, living, loving the land. I'll take that Maze Mind off your hand. Don't think about drawing. Don't think about gaining any life over there, you little goose. So we can tap their 4/4, but that takes 2 creatures in order to do it. I don't know that that's worth it. Should we just swing all in? How close are we? So these are going to be 4 for sure. And then these block 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to be 1 off. Is that what I'm gathering? Is that what I'm picking up here? Yeah. Yep. We would be 1 off. Alright. Well, then let's just hit them like that. If we're not going to have lethal either which way, then don't worry about it, you know? If they don't have board wipe here, I guess I'm just the luckiest man ever. Because, woohoo! Let's go! Goodbye, Shiso. Alrighty, Mr. Magic M. We get to go first. I'm going to keep this hand as it looks pretty solid. I think I am going to go ahead and get down the 1/1 from Lovestruck Beast. I know Giant Killer, you can play it, but unless you know the deck you're up against, I don't think it comes out the gate first, you know what I mean? Sorry, my pop filter is a little popped the wrong way. Anyways, you know, I think we just go Luminarch and swing in here. As much as I seem to have stressed that situation, I don't think there's really another play worthy of making there. So on the next turn, we'll look for the Lovestruck Beast, unless of course they give us something that we want to Skyclave, and then we'll Skyclave. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. No, still no Lovestruck. I am going to drop this as some white mana just so we can hit the Skyclave if so need be. You know what I mean? Actually going to keep stacking up the little human token over here instead of the Luminarch or the Lovestruck, because Luminarch is our 1/1 turning Lovestruck Beast online, and I don't want to turn Lovestruck Beast online if it's just going to get removed, you know, so this will be fine. 1 more land. We'll have Toski down. We'll be able to Toski some cards in our hand, hopefully. You know what I mean? Anyways, Orzhov, but we haven't... I was about to say, but we haven't really seen anything too Orzhov-ish until now, I guess. Well, unfortunately for them, and very fortunate for us, we have the Skyclave already, so it's goodbye, Lourdes. Hello, damage. We're just going to swing in with the 5 and the 4 this time. That'll be 9. They shouldn't block, but they may. Yeah. Alright, so we'll put them down to 12 here. Let's hope they don't have board wipe. Of course, if they were going to have it by turn 4, I mean, I guess Shatter still exists, right? Or Shatter in Standard anymore? Shatter the Sky? Is that still a thing? Oh, Abzan, you dirty dog. Is this... No, okay, there was no way of me knowing that you were going to be Abzan. Binding the old gods, take out the love-struck beast. That's okay. Oh, and there's our other land. You know what that means, ladies and gents? It's Toski time. Time for the Toski. I'm still not going to put a +1/+1 counter on the Luminarch Aspirant. Same reason as before. If I do hit a love-struck, you know, now we'll be able to keep it swinging, so to speak. All right. Ooh. my, what a nice surprise. Toski, making sure we got nothing but lands. That's good. You know, and this is exactly why we got four card draw engines in the deck. Make sure Toski doesn't do this. Now I should probably start keeping up mana for Shepherd, or just win the game. That works too. Zerolho. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, or if I called you something offensive just then. So, we're actually gonna go for the Sentinel first here over the edge wall. I'd rather have the Sentinel removed if we're gonna have something removed. And I believe if I get down edge wall on this next turn, we could still have. Or whoa. We gotta go Clarion Spirit. And then green mana. Submit. We gotta get the edge wall down, right? Because next turn we can definitely draw, or we can play the love struck, and then we're that much closer to. Yeah. This is what we got to do. All right, so we got a full board, and it's only turn 2. That's insane. 4 creatures turn 2. Let's go. If we were to have had a Toski in hand and a land, by the way, just think about that possibility, right? Drawing 4 cards next turn. Now, obviously, the opponent's Cultivate really does hurt because we can rest fairly assured that they are going for the good stuff. So I could actually tap the Spirit, play the 1/1, and play the Love Struck. There's nothing else I can play after that, right? Alright. Well, we're gonna flood the board, and we're gonna pray that they don't have the board wipe. Lead the Stampede. Well, that'll help at least if they do, right? Because then we can just immediately try and draw into some more cards. All right, well, here we go. Fingers crossed, no board wipeage. Let's see it. Omen of the Sea, let's go. Yes. Now, I do need an additional land if I want to get those great hinges down. Or a great hinge, not those, obviously. Having 2 doesn't do anything for me, but that's all right. Eliminate. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, there's the Toski. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Draw me all the cards. And we still have lead, so like, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be so fine. All lands all the way. I think at this point we should stop playing things down. We have a plenty big board state. The only thing that can happen from here on out is the wipeage. So we're at 3, 4, 5. Yep. There she blows. Alright, well, first things first, let's draw. Another land. I think we go lead the Stampede, maybe Giant Killer, but let's see what lead can hit for us first. Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, beautiful. Like I said, now we can just immediately have our stuff back. So I could play Giant Killer that will allow us to draw, or a save mana for Shepherd, which could protect. We still have 39 cards. Let's draw. Let us draw. So 1 Great Hinge, 1 land, and I need to discard 1 more card. I think we can afford the Giant Killer, but I really don't want to. I mean, oh, all right. Oh, wait a minute. I have an extra copy of Toski. Could have Toski'd the Toski. Oh, no. What are these boomer lands you get? Oh, I really like that one. Bob Eagleton. Eggleton? I like it. This one, I'm not gonna, I mean, it looks good, okay? It looks good. Okay. Okay. So we can't even tap that Kraken. You know what this deck needs? It needs a Shadow Spear. It needs a Shadow Spear. Damn, for real? Alright, well, let's build up Toski. Go, Toski. Alright, well, probably shouldn't have discarded my Shepherd, as that would have came in really handy here. Because then we could have bounced whatever they chose to try and steal, right? Anyways, Norion, Boreon, Yorion coming on over, and it's going to bounce the Kiora. Makes all good sense. So they're actually not taking anything. On the bright side, though, we can have another Toski come down if we want to, and then it can just block. Just block for the Freeski. Not to be confused with blocking for the Frisky. Anyways, we're going to be at 7 mana. That is a great hinge. Wow. We are just drawing these lands. Just drawing these lands. Yeah, we can't, we can play this, but we can't play anything thereafter. So I got to play down another Toski. And a Skyclave, just because we can. This way we'll have extra defenders. Extra defenders. Oh no, it doesn't even matter. GG, you got me, Sultai. You pulled a fast one over on me. You old double cracking, smacking ass.